This is Weather Rampage WX special hurricane statement on what has now become Hurricane Helene in the southeast Gulf of Mexico near the Yucatan Channel. Helene has now become a Category 1 hurricane with winds up to 80 miles per hour and climbing. Preparations to prepare for a major hurricane strike for the Big Bend area of Florida into north and northeast areas of the Big Bend all the way into southwest and south Georgia are all now under a hurricane warning in the anticipated approach of Hurricane Helene in the next 12 to 24 to 48 hours from now. A tropical storm warning is in effect for areas surrounding the hurricane warning in Georgia, in which a hurricane and tropical storm warning covers the bottom half of Georgia. A tropical storm watch covers the rest of North Georgia, which includes the Atlanta metro area, and also covers areas all the way north into the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina, which includes the city of Asheville. A tropical storm warning also covers the entire southeastern half of Florida, which includes the cities of Orlando, Tampa, Tampa Bay, Fort Myers, and Miami, which are also under storm surge warnings for storm surge inundation from what will be major Hurricane Helene of 12 to 17 feet due to the low shallow areas of Big Bend area. For the hurricane warning in Florida, cities such as Mariana, Blountstown, Sumatra, Apalachicola, Keaton Beach, Cross City, Tallahassee, Perry Mayo, St. Mark's, Monticello, and points east of these areas for a few miles are under a hurricane warning. Further inland for the hurricane warning for Helene, these cities in Georgia: Bainbridge, Thomasville, Valdosta, Colquitt, Moultrie, Fort Gaines, Albany, Dawson, and Tifton, and also a lot of other areas east of the areas in Georgia. Hurricane Helene is now on track to becoming a major hurricane by late tonight. Weather data and satellite imagery continues to show what is now Hurricane Helene beginning to undergo a restructuring of its eyewall center. Hurricane Helene is also heading into very warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, which will give the storm much-needed fuel for rapid hurricane intensification. As of right now, there are no signs of anything weakening or tearing this hurricane apart. Even though another low-pressure area and a cold pool of air was rushing down to catch up to Helene, this hurricane system is fighting the other low-pressure system in what is called in the weather world the Fujiwara effect. In the world of weather physics, the storm that has the most energy and power will either swallow up the other storm or go around the other storm. As Hurricane Helene comes inland, it is expected to pull this low pressure into itself and become a cutting-off low-pressure system. For people in the Carolinas, Georgia, and East Tennessee should monitor Hurricane Helene in addition to Florida for flooding, wind damage, and power outages. But more importantly, life-threatening storm surge inundation with flooding rain and destructive hurricane-force winds up to 145 miles per hour that will be capable of producing dangerous flying hurricane-driven debris as the eyewall of Hurricane Helene make landfall sometime on September 26 or September 27, 2024. This is an emergency weather situation if you live in the hurricane warning areas, especially areas closer to the coast. Helene will be a life-threatening soon-to-be hurricane threat and emergency. Preparations to evacuate these areas should already be rushed to completion. If you have not made plans to evacuate, do so immediately in the hurricane warning areas of the coast. Flooding from hurricanes and thunderstorms are nature's #1 killer. Do not wait to act. Act immediately.